Hey cutie. Welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. Ooh, Ripley's on the desk and there's not a lot of space for him right now, so I think he might be like shaking the camera a bit, so if that's happening, that's why. I am very excited to be filming this video because it means I finally get to do something that I've been wanting to do for a few weeks at this point, and that's reorganize the makeup in my Alex 9 drawers. I am really looking forward to finally organizing some of this stuff. I'll see you in a second from a different angle. Bye. Okie dokie. So we are actually above my makeup collection now. We have Senor Bandit in the background. But I just wanted to show you guys what these drawers are looking like right now. I know it looks a little desperate and empty right now, but this is my like project pan, stuff like that kind of lives in here. Anything that I'm just like working on, like this fragrance here, this is just kind of like my priority drawer. Then the next drawer, moving to this chaotic drawer, this is kind of all things foundation, base, and like setting powder. So I have my sunscreens, I have primers, which it's hard to see because they're kind of tucked back there. Primers, concealers, foundations, any of my cream cheek products, blush and bronzer. I have just a random backup setting spray that's not on my vanity. All of my powders, as well as I have other loose powders back there. Another very congested drawer. I have blushes, highlights, bronzers, kind of all in here. I would like this drawer to be definitely reduced in how like congested and stacked full of stuff this one is. Also on here, loose eyeshadows. I have cake liners, more cake liners back here that you can't really see. You did before I zoomed in. Those, I have backup mascara and eyeshadow primer, and just again, my loose shadows. And then I keep these random tools in there. Hello. The next drawer is an empty drawer. This is a recently empty drawer. This actually used to have what's below it, which is now my loose, or not my loose, my single eyeshadows live in here along with all of my empty palettes live down here in this drawer. But I have my Clionadh singles in one, and then my brown singles in another drawer. And then, not that we're really going to go into it today, but I do have my palette drawers as well. And then below that all, we have, oops, my perfumes and lotion. So that just lives on the bottom drawer, and that is not going to change. We're really not going to focus on any of these eyeshadow drawers in this video. All right, I have a laundry basket on my computer chair, so I can just kind of put everything in here and then reorganize it. This is how I do every time I move my makeup around. This is exactly what I do. I put it in a laundry basket like this. I reorganize, and then I filter items back into this as I kind of want. Also, I just want to wipe down the drawers. I have the inserts in them, but I just feel like these drawers have seen a little better day. All right, I know it's probably going to be like a little stained in some spots based on just like kind of the life of these. I've had these liners for 4 years at this point, so they've seen a lot of love. All right, so to start in here, I'm just going to put one of these inserts in this drawer and then kind of put my backup sunscreens. You're not going to be able to see it. Well, you're not going to be able to see it though. Back here, I have some sunscreens. Then I have these guys. Again, I'm going to tuck that back here where you're not going to be really able to see it. Maybe you can see that poking a little bit now. I do kind of want to just take into consideration my other items that are in my stash right now. So I'm kind of putting all of this away. This already looks so much more put together. I know probably it doesn't. It looks very much the same, But having these just kind of in their own little sections is game changing already to me. Because I don't mind having my powders kind of spread out. That way I kind of know what powders I have. It makes it harder and more challenging for me to not see, like, have all of this kind of compiled a little bit differently. Now this looks so much better to me. And this is more so like my true complexion products. What makes my base makeup, products for my base. I'm also going to tuck this back up setting spray since it's completely unopened. I'm going to tuck it back here. I know it's there, but it's kind of, I don't need it out and about, like rolling around, you know? Maybe even I'll push that over here because there's a little bit more space, and then I can put this back here. That way I have kind of my loose powders all set here. I have my pressed powders all here. I like this so much more now without the blushes and bronzers in it. Already. Took 5-second makeover, and I already like this so much more. Moving down to blush, bronzer, highlight. This is actually going to be a drawer where we're going to change things up a decent amount because I don't want to have like all of this, like all of these different products within here. So, okie doke. So I just took some time and wanted to get all the stuff out of this drawer, wipe it down, and then just put this back in since I was swapping the battery out anyway. So in here, I'm kind of thinking more along the lines of blush and bronzer to keep in this drawer, and then highlight I think might make more sense to have its own separate drawer just because I have so many highlights compared to all other cheek products in my collection. I'm not sure about this. I don't know about this. Let's go with highlight in this drawer first, just because I have a lot less. No, I have a lot more highlights that will require this kind of organization, I think. So maybe kind of my more like statement highlighters in one area. With these, Space Age Prophecy, these are multi-chrome highlights. Thought maybe those might be better since they're a little bit more unique. Yeah, and we have that guy. Oh man, no, I feel like I have a, well, that's kind of all of like the colorful ones because these are all, for the most part, neutrals now. Like that has a bit more yellow leaning, but definitely more neutral kind of undertones. So I'm fine with like kind of keeping it this way. My more like exciting shades here, my less exciting shades here, my more neutrals are here. I have a blush or a highlight palette. I have another highlight here. It's kind of like a neutral. I also have all of these, so maybe I don't need this one, and I can just kind of put my palettes in here. I have one loose highlight. You can just put that in there. And that would kind of be it for the highlight drawer, which makes this a lot less congested. I do think in this drawer, though, I have this guy, and I feel like I would reach for this more in this drawer than anywhere else. So I'm thinking just laying that on top so it's like constantly in the front of my mind because I have a bad habit of not reaching for this. So I think that's going to be this drawer. Then moving down, this is going to shift down a drawer. Maybe we should do that first rather than the blush, bronzer, highlight. Because I know for sure I'll want 2 or 3 of this in the loose eyeshadow drawer. All right, I have a feeling, yeah, this drawer for sure, I'm going to want two of these things because I have a lot of loose eyeshadows, as we kind of saw up here, and I have a lot of cake liners, a lot of loose eyeshadows. I like these plastic things. They've been fine, but I just like the clear container so much more. Like you can't even see this. It just makes it look so much neater in my opinion. This is also just a empty container. I just thought it would be nice for random products. So I guess maybe the first thing I'm going to do is take this. Maybe. Yeah, no, I am going to take this down here because this does hold my loose pigment from MAC. And I just want to keep that in there because it's fine in there. It does no harm. It's just living in there. So then I can take kind of, or do I want to take that? Man, I'm so torn with things. Because then I can't really put these easily in here, can I? Maybe that down here. That way this is more in the forefront. This I can see because it sticks up. That will be there. I have some more cake liners. And we can just put them in their own little, we can just put all my cake liners in their own little section here. All right, that's going to just be how that looks. I have a cake liner palette that I can clearly see from my angle. Or do I want that down here? Actually, no, I kind of like that more here. Ooh, I have one more. Yeah, this just fits better. That'll fit better. I have 9 split pan cake liners. I have a 4-pack, and then I have a 8 palette here. Then I think I'm just going to separate these by brand, by color, by brand. I think by brand and maybe some of them by color. So I have my Ensley Rain pigments. Those will go in their own little section. Man, wouldn't it be so nice to get, oh my gosh, 7 more of these and then fill out one of these completely. That would be super, super lovely, but I'm not doing that. Someone talk me out of that in the comments. Then I have these, which are Shop Mellow Lops or by Mellow Lops. So we can put those in. I kind of want to keep the more colorful stuff back here, maybe. I think that's as good as this is going to get with the Mellow Lops pigments. I have like 1 potted eyeshadow, and then I have a couple other. I also have a couple items that have been living in my everyday makeup though, and maybe I can just kind of filter some of those in here. That way I can use that for something else. Ooh, and now that I'm saying that, I want to have that more readily accessible. So we'll just do, my thought is to put my eye primers in here too then. That way everything's just in its own uniform spot. And where did my backup products go? Are they in here still? Yeah, then I can put those. Like the nice thing is these are wrapped. I know that'll be fine in there. I'm going to put my backup mascara here. I already like this. Man, I keep saying I like this so much more, and it's really because I do. I like this so much more already, and just everything makes so much more sense in this right now. That's all my loose eyeshadows. That looks so much more condensed than it did in these to me. That looks so much more condensed. That way it looks like way less product. Then I'm actually going to put my About Face matte fluid eye paints in here too. Just because this is going to look so much better. Oh my gosh. This looks so much better. Then I can put all of like my random hair clips in here if I really wanted to. This just looks like such an appetizing drawer now. Like this looks like so much more fun. Even so, I could take this out, put it in here, and then just I have this. I can move that here, move this here. Do I want to just leave this in here? I like that more out of this. That way I can like move things around and pick things. Same thing with this. I like having a little bit of space in there. Oh my gosh, this just looks so much better. This drawer alone makes me so happy. Okay. Then we go back up here where I have kind of all of like some random bits and bobs. I have like some silica packets that are actually, these all live down here. I just mix them in with my loose eyeshadows because it makes sense. I'm going to put the extra spoolies back here because this is just something I really genuinely do not reach for unless I need something for my brow. I am going to keep this empty package just to mix product in when I feel like it. So that'll stay in here. Again, it lives back there. This though, since this is a travel sponge case, I think I'm just gonna move it back, not in here. I think I'm just gonna move this into my Project Pan items to live. But now we have blush and bronzer left. So that's going to go in this drawer here. So I have the last two inserts that I have. I can't believe I bought 6 of these, and I can't believe I did not think I was going to use all of them, but I think I'm going to use all of them. I saw something that was like, you either refer to yourself as me, I, you, or we. I'm a we girl. I am a we girl. I always have been. Maybe I don't need both of these, but I feel like I might. So I'm just going to set you under the camera right now while I kind of just set this in here. These are my blush palettes. So I have the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism. Stunner, absolute stunner of a palette. Really like this guy. That's Nude Prism. And then I also have the Moon Prism blush. Both prisms. One's moon, one's nude. This is Moon Prism. This is arguably my preferred of the two. I just like the tones in this a little bit more than the other one. So I do love this guy. But inside of this old glow kit, I have some other blushes that this is such sturdy packaging. I felt like it was a waste to just get rid of it when it's available. So I have a couple other blushes in here. I have 2 MAC blushes that I bought forever and ever ago. I have those guys, and then I have a Pretties for Your Face. I did have a 4th blush in here, but I actually ended up rehoming that to a coworker, Sam. I hope you're enjoying that, Sam. So let's just organize some stuff in here. I have some cream blushes. I have these cream blushes here. That's one of them is actually a lip product that I use as a cream blush, and then the other are cream blushes. We'll just set those in there. Maybe, I always like to do my cream products first, so we'll bring those down. And then maybe actually I might, because I don't have that much space in there, or taken, I might just put the bronzers in there too. So that's like kind of all of my cream cheek products. And I think that actually makes sense to me. That way I can also, I know it's going to look opposite for you, but this is like how I would be looking at it. I am going to just put the blush palettes in there because when I want to grab one, I just want to grab it and go. Then I have my blushes that I think I'm just going to set in here. I've been making some room in my blushes, so there's not that many that are not a palette or a single of some sort. That's all my blushes that are independent blushes apart from this one. And then I have blush bronzer, or like bronzer and like a duo. So I have my bronzers and then this blush bronzer duo. And all of these, I have no issue putting all of my bronzers in one little home. And then I'm going to put this maybe like that, just as the forefront. This looks so much better to me than how this was before. Like every single one of these drawers, I liked so much more than I did before. Apart from maybe this drawer here, which actually I could make this look a little bit nicer. Why don't I just do that right now? Oh, I have a hidden skincare product in there. All right, again, I have my like to-go sponge holder that I'm gonna just leave in here. I also am gonna put my, because I constantly am like looking for this and I never remember where I put it. I'm gonna put my palette and then a extra spatula just tucked behind everything in this drawer. I'm gonna put this behind in this drawer because again, it's a backup product. I don't really care if it's visible or not. I kind of have this set up in a similar way. So I have complexion products that I am actively working to pan. So that's all kind of like all base complexion products. My cream cheek foundation and primer, all the items I'm trying to finish this year. It's kind of like my oddball item. I'll just leave that there for now. I have a blush eyeshadow, my highlight palette that I'm working on. I'll tuck that in here. Does that look dumb though? Does that look dumb? Maybe this doesn't go in there. Maybe this just gets set on the side because I know I'm working on this one. Then the blush, bronzer, lip. And then I'll start filtering in any other products that I'm actively trying to finish into this drawer. I also did have at one point, this was my old makeup journal. This had all of my makeup from January up until September in it. And I finished it. I didn't do a good job finishing this page, but we did finish this book. So we moved on to a new makeup journal. So this is going to actually move. I'm going to take it out of my makeup vanity and put it back with my other makeup journals. But this is, but these are all of my drawers now. We only have like an empty magnetic palette that's in there. And then I do need to put this in with the cake liners because that's just the water dropper I use with my cake liners. So, and then this can go live in my empty magnetic palettes drawer. But this is going to be how everything looks now in my makeup organization. So project pan items, again, are going to be up here. This looks so much better. So much better. And ideally, clearly it's looking empty right now. We're over halfway through September. So we're 75% done with 2024. So this looks a lot more empty than how it would or will when I refill it with my 2025 project pan items. So that makes me really excited about this. And then honestly, these just look so much better to me than they did previously. This looks immensely better. Like this drawer has a vision and a purpose now. I can visibly see concealers here, foundations here, primers here, all of my powders and anything that go along with the powders back behind where you can't see. I love this so much more. This is a incredible game-changed drawer in my opinion. This drawer used to be so jam-packed with products, with blushes, bronzers, and highlights. This is quite honestly such a treat to look at. Same thing with my blush and bronzer drawer, an absolute treat to look at it this way rather than combining all of these products with this drawer. This already is a very jam-packed drawer with just these two product groups. What was I doing with the highlighters mixed in with them? Oh my gosh, absolutely crazy. This is probably one of my favorite drawers that we did. I absolutely love this. I think that this looks so much better. Just so much better. This just looks so much better. So I'm really excited to start using my collection a little bit more, shopping throughout these drawers, picking products that make sense for me. I can't wait. I am so excited about this. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm getting a work call now, so I'm going to wrap things up and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.